I see humanity longing for a reason in a world filled with violence, fear, hate, deception, treason. It asks, if one man with a courage is majority, then why can't we change this society? Why can't we make humanity a religion and be this world's citizen? Why can't we be this world's citizen? On the 73rd anniversary of India's Republic Day, I can see India stands on a threshold where it can transition to a more conscious, inclusive growth and make humanity a religion. Humanity is not a people. Humanity is not a person. Humanity? What is humanity? Humanity is a question. Will you give? Will you share? Will you play the game fair? Will you sacrifice? Will you go above and beyond? And most importantly, will you love one another unconditionally? Will you expand your consciousness to embrace all humanity as one? Will you? Well, we can try to answer the question of humanity on our own, but without standing together and without embracing all humanity as one, we spend our lives mainly seeking in the crowd, alone. Yes, alone. So hey, wake up humanity. Your time is here. Let's just get back to being human. On January 26, 1950, world changed for the better as India adopted its constitution and officially became an inclusive, secular and pluralistic republic just 3 years after winning independence from the British Empire. With the theme of unity in diversity, Boston celebrated 73rd Republic Day of India at Grand Worcester Union Station in Worcester, Massachusetts. The event commenced with the hoisting of the national flag by Senator Michael Moore, former State Representative Robert Lancia, and Pandit Subrahmanyam Bulusu, scientist Terrick Andey, Dr. Zainab Nawab, Sardar Amarpreet Singh Sawhney, Dr. Sujaat Sayed Ali, and received the blessing letter from Congressman Jim McGovern, State Representative Hannah Kane, and received a special video message from 4 times ex-U.S. Representative for Massachusetts, 4th Congressional District and American attorney and politician Joe Kennedy, and Consul General of India, New York, Randhir Jaiswal, followed by the singing of the National Anthem of both the countries and powerful welcome speech by Abhishek Singh, who is the President of Federations of Indian Associations, New England. Republic Day celebrations witnessed mesmerizing and remarkable dance performances by the students of well-acclaimed choreographer and dancer Kalai Mangai Anabalgan from Amudashri Dance School. And the event also witnessed a book promotion by Shantanu Gupta, who is an author and political analyst. He launched his book, The Monk Who Transformed Uttar Pradesh, where the author has chronicled the massive transformational changes UP has gone through under UP CM Yogi Adityanath. And book is already doing very well in all the top charts. Now here are some of the thoughtful messages that dignitaries and FIA executive members and distinguished guests shared with me.
Former State Representative Robert Lancia. And today we have gathered here to celebrate India's 73rd Republic Day. This is a day that commemorates the enactment of Constitution of India, which came into effect on January 26, 1950. So let's put it in a simple day. This simple in a layman terms that this is the day when Constitution got working and people were given their rights and duties in a form of democratic and republic setup. So in this day, you remind people of so many different things. So to some people, it reminds them of the rights and duties that were given to them. To some people, it reminds them all of the freedom fighters' life that they lost. People who strive their lives to have, so that we can now have free future for the upcoming generations. So, what is that? What Republic Day reminds you of India's 73rd Republic Day reminds you?
Well, I think it mirrors our own experience here in America. We both had to fight colonial powers to gain our freedom, and we now both are representative republics. The exciting thing is the struggle continues because there are always bumps in the road. But, as we've seen recently in India, with the fire situation or other things, the government is responsive when people protest, when people take action in this country. So we near each other so much, and I've said before, we have to become so much closer because we have a common enemy right now. That common enemy is China, and China's pushing against India, they're pushing against us. So we need to work closer. And I'm running for Congress, 2nd District in Rhode Island. I ran in 2020, though we won, I'm running again. But, I've said to people, in New York, I met with Prime Minister Modi for a couple of minutes, it's incredible, but I said, we definitely need to be focused on India as a partner. So for me, when I'm elected to Congress, 3 issues for me. First one, to make India a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. The second one is to make Diwali a national holiday here in America. And the third one is to change the immigration laws to favor high-skilled workers, because, again, that helps the Indian people who, again, are so hardworking, so entrepreneurial, so faithful, the kind of people we want in this country, the kind of people that volunteerism, the family, all those things, all the positives. So a day like today, we can celebrate our commonalities, our common struggle we had, from colonial powers, and also celebrate the largest democracy and the oldest democracy. And I'm so proud to be a part of the Indian community. My wife Marion and I, since 2015, when I first got elected to the House of Representatives of Rhode Island, and we just grown closer and closer and closer. In fact, the senator here tonight said to me, "How are you so involved? Why are you up here from Rhode Island?" I said, "We go to everything, and personal friends with the Consul General New York, the ambassador in Washington, and the ambassador to the UN. And I want to continue that partnership because together we can do great things, and we're going to do great things. And again, we're seeing some of these repressive regimes, trampling on people and their rights. But you don't see that in India, you don't see that in America, because the people can respond and protest, and the government respond. And I appreciate Prime Minister Modi for responding to the protests and the issues and being willing to take a step back. And that's what countries need to do in the United States as well. If something's wrong and the people stand up, we make changes and we move on. But we always cement that friendship, that bond of unity as representative republics and as friends, hopefully forever.
So what is your message for everyone?
Just celebrate what you have, because there's too many countries in the world that are just going the other way. Democracies are being lost. So India and the United States, we have to celebrate what we have and the way to hold on to. And again, work closely to make sure that we can keep that, but also help these countries that are under attack. And COVID hasn't helped. COVID has allowed these repressive regimes to really clamp down on people. They use that masking and that, so we've got to push back there as well, Now India, has had a hard time, and they early on, let's face it, they responded by giving out the vaccines, and then they needed them themselves. And so now, I think the United States and other countries have responded, and India is so scientifically and so many other ways, they are doing things they need to do too. So I think it's a great partnership. I'm excited for the future and to become as close an ally as we possibly can. And when I'm elected to Congress in 2022, I will be India's best friend.
Beautiful. We are so happy to know that. Thank you so much for coming up with so many flexible laws and policies, like immigration laws, and you talked about how much women are involved in each other in so many ways. And we are so excited, so exhilarated to know and to have your support, and we cherish it, and we wish that you win the election. Definitely. So thank you so much for such a enlightening message for this special day. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Right now, I have with me State Senator Michael Gray, and I also have with me the President of Federation of Indian Association in England. And we are all representing two major democracies, one Indian and one American. So that's a very interesting facet that I have here, and I would definitely like to know, the differences and similarities that they see in both the democracies, and what exactly their message is for this special day when we are celebrating 73rd anniversary of Indian Republic. So,
well, one thing I think is common between the Indian Republic and the Republic of the United States is the fact of the respect for the people. I think that's one thing that you can do. If you look at governments that are non-democratic or non-republic, there may not be the respect for the people of the country. United States and India. I think the democracy in the republic respects the needs and wants to take care of the community and wants to don't take for granted the people of their community. I think that's something that the two countries respect.
Fantastic. That's a scenario.
Yes.
Abhishek.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Like after freedom, once both countries get the freedom from the British colonial rule, they have adopted the rule their country by through the democracy, right? So he's an elder brother. America is an elder brother in the field of democracy. They just completed 54 years, and India is like a younger brother and being the largest democracy. We are also successfully completed 73 years in being a republic. So it's awesome. And now we started talking about, don't ask him every time about your rights, constitutional rights, and this right and that right. More and more emphasis on towards your duties for your country, for your countrymen, right? So for me, it's just like a Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and God bless America.
Beautiful. What a beautiful message. So yes, we definitely, as we said, we need to have respect for our communities and what Abhishek said, that we need to make sure that we are aware of the duties as well. Rights are important, but duties are even more important. So that's a very beautiful union of largest and oldest democracy I see here. So beautiful. Thank you so much.
It was time.
That's such a pride feeling for me that standing in this lovely Union Station Hall in the state of Massachusetts and I'm celebrating 26th January, the Republic Day of India, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi called Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Such a pride feeling. I landed in this lovely country 5 years back, taking the message from the Uttar Pradesh, the message of transformation, and I'm touring almost 13 cities in the next 2 weeks for talking about my book, The Monk Who Transformed Uttar Pradesh. And when I'm bringing the message of transformation, and then happens the 26th Republic Day, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in such lovely state, in such lovely hall. I think I'm mesmerized. I'm bringing the message of transformation from India, from the biggest democracy to the oldest democracy.
Awesome. I think rights and duties happen to right people.
Right.
You are always, you find yourself to be at the right place at the right time.
And you know, I have 13 events, 13 cities and multiple events. And before going to the event, I don't even know what the event is like. The host has arranged it. And every event, I have done 4 of them already in New Jersey, in New York, and I was in our students last night in Boston. And every hall, it's amazing. And when I walked in this hall, my eyes were open. I was doing a video call to my wife and she's back home in India. So yeah, this country and Indians living here very kind of me last night. And I'm looking to the next meetings.
Thank you so much, Randhir.
Thank you.
Sahani is the CEO of Instagram. How is it going so far?
It's quite great. Everything is working out well. Company's doing well. Person's life is well. And so the good events.
This day is so much special because the Republic signifies the supreme power of public, that they are invested in their rights to elect their representatives so that they can lead the people in the right direction. So, what message you would like to give to everyone today on this special day?
So firstly, I think we need to make sure that we understand that just because we formed a republic doesn't mean that the republic will stay intact. The republic was formed to protect the rights, certainly give the majority power, but also protect the rights of the minority. And that's what the Constitution does. It gives certain protection, which is above and beyond what a democracy gives. And the adoption of that Constitution, creation of a republic, is very instrumental. We need to be involved in the political process, because if we become divorced from the political process, we run the risk of it being hijacked and losing power to the people. So being involved at the local, regional, state, and national level of politics, so that our voice can be heard and the people that we elect to represent us are indeed representing us versus having their own agenda.
So that's absolutely correct. As much as informed enough, as much as aware enough, that really gives us allows us to take power in our hands and make a real difference. So thank you so much for doing that.
My pleasure.
Alright, I have Zainab Nawab with me right now. So Zainab, I know there's so many beautiful memories that we associate Republic Day with growing up. We are so really looking forward to this day, or going to see parades, or watching patriotic movies. What is that specific, what's the one most really unique to you, what's really special to you on this day while growing up?
Sure. So, as an Indian, Republic Day definitely is a huge day. I'm really very, very proud to be an Indian. And, as while growing up, Republic Day, we used to get off the next few holidays, we used to look forward to that. And what reminds me, what brings me memories of Republic Day is like getting together with friends and kind of celebrating India. So it was really, really fun to feel that. And even now, being here 25 years, I've been surrounded with the Indian community, our DC community, which I'm so very happy to be with. And I'm very proud to be in this area where we have a lot of people who celebrate India with these kind of festivals and events. So I think that really brings a sense of unity amongst us. And I think we should continue doing that. We should bring all the culture together. It absolutely brings and tells our kids, shows our kids how we as parents, being Indians, can continue to celebrate our culture here in the United States. So I really this is my memory of Republic Day, and I'm so glad to be here today to celebrate with everybody on that day.
Exactly. And that is no doubt that's the joy of unity amidst diversity, and that's something we should foster.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right now, I have with me Terrick Andey. So, Terrick, how's it has been so far?
I'm delighted to be here with you to celebrate or commemorate Republic Day.
Exactly, that's so much for being here today. Well, this day, as you know, it has evoked so many emotions. Is there any specific emotion you associate with Republic Day with?
Yeah, sure. Before I actually talk about that, I want to go back to my own country and the journey that we went through from independence to becoming a republic. And just listening or hearing from one of your speakers about the Indian journey, evoked the same emotions for me. So Ghana, it's a West African country. We gained our independence from the British in March of 1957. And I got to know that India gained independence in 47, right? So 10 years, and we became a republic in 1960. And India became a republic in 1950. So we kind of share those similarities and just kind of sitting there, absorbing everything, kind of the same emotions that I felt going through the celebration of my country. And what I would say is that for me, it just exemplifies a connectedness in our humanity. It's that one exactly. So it's that everyone.
Republic Day for Terrick exemplifies a connectedness. It kind of evokes a feeling of inclusiveness, and that's the spirit of India's Republic Day as well. So thank you so much, Terrick, for such a beautiful message. Thank you. So we have right now with me Parag Ram Singh. And so thank you so much for being here today.
It's nice to be here. It's a wonderful occasion to be together.
It's a very special day today. Very special. So what does India's Republic Day, 73rd Republic Day, remind you of?
Well, when I was in India, we used to have games, speeches, parades. But as I have come away from India and look at India, it's always when you look at it from this beautiful. It's like India looks beautiful from here. And Republic Day, you can really, at the day, remember that beautiful constitution that not only it was handed over, but actually it was created. It was created by people. It took 2.5 years to create because of India's diversity and its huge potential. And I think if it is done properly, in a creative way, then this will continue. And not only continue, but continue exciting. People will be excited. And eventually, someday, this will teach the whole world what a democracy is, what a constitution, what is diversity, and how to advance all that in this harmonious way. That's what I like.
Really, as Balaram just said, that we need to come up with a lot more creative solution to celebrate this special day so that we can continue the tradition and we can continue the heritage. So thank you. Well, I have a big lot of patience right now and I can see all the patriotic fervor and zeal is so evident on his face. Thank you. So you're having fun?
Yes, definitely.
So, there's so many emotions that are generated on Republic Day, and when we think of Republic Day, we think of freedom that needs to be defined, we think of strength that needs to be our words, we think of having a zeal in our hearts, having a pride in our souls. What is that specific emotion
When the Republic Day of India, that's when we got our constitution. And before that, in the history of India, we never had the equality in the caste, creed, religion. And that was the first time in history of our country when everybody was treated equally, no matter which religion, caste, creed belonged to. So that was the historical turning point moment of the country. People don't appreciate that, they think that all just being in a palace and giving to us, and that's how the things will go. If we go back in time, that is the only time when I can live in India and no matter which part I am from, so that gives us lots of rights and lots of equality, and we have so many things which we enjoy and we take it for granted. So this is the time of the year, this is the day of the year, we need to appreciate the founding fathers, the people who wrote the Constitution, they took care of everyone, not just a certain section or the affluent or a certain region. They are cast on heart, and we all need to appreciate them hereafter. Thank you.
Exactly. So it's very correct. So we really need to start respecting that core values which is enshrined in the Constitution of India, core values of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. So it's such a beautiful message for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sujaat, the Secretary and Compliance Officer and Consul. What's your message for this special day? Day that we are celebrating 74.
So, being an Indian, when we talk about being a Republic Day, is an important day in our lives. When I was a kid, I used to watch every Republic Day in my childhood, and I've been watching it. No matter what, you're in US or any part of the world, you can still watch it live on television. So that is a very important day in our lives. I think it reminds us of being Indian, being patriotic, and it brings our childhood memories, no matter what, you're in US or any part of the world. We are proud to be Indian, and so there you go. And
thank you so much. As one of the executive members of Federation of Indian Association what message you would like to get today on this special day of this 70th anniversary?
we have bachchan also listening to I want to take note of how we are growing. We started from that, like India from the small village, now we are in the city to metro, big city of the now part of the United States. And we are celebrating here, it's giving the opportunity and feeling like we still part of that country where we still have friends, and we all welcome her living there. But it's kind of like emotional to see all people around, we're celebrating all the constitution which are given by the government or our leader.
That's so sweet. I know it's a beautiful day, and it does generate so many beautiful emotions.
So we are getting a lot of vibes, and you can see my emotions. So emotional to see saying all that. Yeah.
Right now, I know this is a day I think we should celebrate not just India, we should celebrate all the emotions that India brings to us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Vice President of Federation Union Association. So, thank you so much for organizing this beautiful event today. What's your message on this special day for everyone?
Being a part of that employee and the vice president, we are organizing this commendable Republic Day celebration this year. It never ever happened in this city, in this premises. This is the first time in the history which we are doing, and we got the approval from the state congressman, state senator, and from the entire New England, all the representatives are present here to support these things. And from FI umbrella perspective, irrespective of their religion, all the religious people from the Republic Day, the message given from the state, from the Muslim, from the Hindu, from the Christian, everyone came here and did them. Those are the basic principles of India. You know that those are the pillars of India. That's a democratic country what we represent. And coming to the Republic Day, yes, hope you know that this is like in 1930. Why this 26 was selected? In 1930, it was decided that we are going to get Independence Day on 26th January. And 1950 was the first time we celebrated the Independence Day. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And as you can see, there's so many people as a public Federation Association. You can see all the dignitaries, high officials, and we have a 6 line of the Federation Public Association. I can see it. Congratulations from so many of the all the organizations. I'm really, really proud of you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for making this happen. Thanks a lot.
Indo-American Community and Federation of Indian Association in England. So many people from different communities, we all have gathered today to celebrate India's 73rd Republic Day in the premises of Worcester Union Station. And right now, I have with me Abhishek Singh, who is the president of Federation Indian Association in England. This is, thank you first of all, Abhishek, for organizing this beautiful event. We can see this patriotic fervor and so evident in the air. We can clearly see that how Federation of Indian Association members have really put their heart and soul into making this event so much special for all of us. And I can see that how you're putting a mission to preserve, to promote, and protect our Indian culture and heritage by building partnership with diverse communities. So hats off to you. So we definitely, what's your message for everyone during this special day of the 73rd Republic?
Yeah, so yes, this day is very special for each and every Indian. And this day has given lots of rights to us, right of justice, right of equality, right of lots of rights has given to each and every citizen of India. So I just give this message like apart from rights, being Indians is the right time that we have to think about like what is our duty, right? Constitution, country has given a lot to us, so we have to focus more on our duties to serve our motherland as well as our country in this United States of America and to make this both country great again. So my message is Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and God bless America.
Awesome. When he says that we really need to be, we really need to make sure that we
duties. We need to have our rights of the souls, but I guess until we fulfill our duties, there's right is nothing. So unless and until if we have a right to learn, then we have to make sure that we are letting we are carrying out our duties to make sure that we can other people are living their life as well. So yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for the beautiful message. So here we have Abhishek Singh.
Once again, thank you very much to all the media partners, PBS, and other media partners. Thank you very much. We are very happy you are coming.
Most welcome. Thank you so much.
Undoubtedly, rights have real meanings only if individuals perform duties. The Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana also ask people to perform their duties. In the Gita, Lord Krishna ordains one should do one's duties without expectation of any. So this is the time we must come together to embrace inclusiveness of cosmic democracy by performing our duties. Hey, but what is cosmic democracy? Well, cosmic democracy is driven by the belief that no life is intrinsically more valuable than any other. More radically, cosmic democracy is invested in ensuring that everyone has access to good life. Everyone has a capacity for soul light, and it's democracy job to ensure that everyone has what they need in order to develop their cosmic consciousness. So today, can we all take a mantle of cosmic democratic consciousness, whose aim is to bring forth, cultivate, brace, and strengthen the soul light of citizens, individually and collectively? Can we all embrace the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is a philosophy that inculcates an understanding that the whole world is one family? Can we make humanity a religion? Can we? Why? Because the truth of democracy is oneness. Because we are in this together. And life is a shared procession. Because we have emerged from one Brahman, the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality. So can we empower people toward communal, cooperative world building by grounding democracy in ontological connectedness? And the answer is yes, we can. We can. All we need to do is wake up. Just wake up and get back to being human. Let's get back to being human.